Hello once again, internet, and welcome back to a not so daily internet vlog when I've got something to rant, rave, or generally talk about on my iPhone. How long will I have this iPhone? Okay, so I'm a bit of a serious topic today. Yesterday, I got into a shouting match with my mum. It was only a small one, but it's when I just exploded. Because this entire time I've been trying to be the strong one, trying to be the one that keeps both my mother and my father together. Well, you know, from exploding on each other, and just because of the stress and the worry of the whole thing. And that is that my dad has got cancer. And I know I haven't mentioned it lately, and it's because, well, let's be honest, I wanted to think that it didn't exist. I wanted to hope that if I thought strong enough, felt strong enough, that it would just go away. But it doesn't. And every day I'm reminded of it by my mum, because she just can't stop talking about it. And I know that's how she gets her shit out, you know. That's how she gets her stress off her chest, is by talking it out. At least that's what she thinks. Most of the time it just makes her worse. But she just doesn't seem to, you know, notice how bad she's getting when she's talking and ranting. And she thinks getting it out makes her feel better. And I tell you, it doesn't. And it makes everyone else just get depressed. And this morning I woke up and the worry and the stress was just too much for me. But yesterday was even worse, because for the first time I shouted at my mum and told her that she's not the only one who's going through this crap, and then I'm going through this crap as well. And it all just came out and just blurted out of me, and I couldn't help myself. And for the first time I actually got so angry with my mum, because all I wanted to do is to let us live with my father while he's still here, and not constantly worry and cry, because he's here. And I want to live with my father. I want to live every day with my father while I still have it, rather than have her constantly bitching about how this shouldn't have happened. Well, Mum, it has happened. Realisation. My dad has a ticking clock above his head now, and I know that. And I want every second of that ticking clock to be a perfect memory, and not one tarnished by the constant worry and the thought that he might go. And I'm telling you right now that is the best way to fucking live every day. Live every day as though you'll never see that person you love again. Because when you do, when you realise that, you live every day to its fullest. And that's what I do. I do what I want to do. I don't let anyone stop me from doing what I want to do. Even when I'm forced to do stuff that I don't want to do, I make sure that I make that my own. That I force myself to enjoy it. Oh no, actually most of the time I don't have to force myself to enjoy it. Because when you realise that you're alive and that you're breathing, when you notice how wonderful this world is, and you look at it for what it is, a miracle, then it doesn't matter what life throws at you. You can see it through. And why? Because it's a pure miracle that you are actually standing on this planet in the first place. How random events, people say random events, came together. Yeah, I don't believe that. Even though scientists have worked out how things work, and I'm not saying that they're not right. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is, it couldn't all have been a mistake. You think about how many coincidences have to have happened for all of this to exist. How everything could just be. here because of some random events that happened. I just don't see that. I can't see that because the whole world is a miracle. The whole of life is a miracle. How this floating ball of rock can have so much wonder on it, and the people who live on it get used to seeing it every day and stop seeing it as what it is. It saddens me. It saddens me that other people can't live the way I live. People are filled with worries about stuff that doesn't even matter. You know, it doesn't matter. None of it matters. Not really. When you look at it, the only thing that matters is you're alive. That's it. That's all that matters. I don't blame anyone for the fact that they can't see life as a miracle. The reason they can't see it is because all their life is consumed with other people's need for more of something that doesn't even matter. I'm talking about living your entire life toiling for somebody else's greed. I mean, it is, isn't it? I mean, let's think about it. You got to make more money each year. That's greed. In fact, the entire life premise that we live under right now is it's all designed around the want, the constant hunger for something more, even though what we have is enough, is adequate. And I live by the premise that, and this isn't because I'm poor, this isn't because I don't have any money, this is because I have allowed myself to see it as it truly is. And the only way to be truly content is to give away, is to get rid of your greed, your hunger. You've got to get rid of it. And some bits of that are harder than others to get rid of for me. I mean, I've tried to get rid of my hunger as best I can in certain aspects, like not wanting what other people have, but there's still like, it's like it's hardwired, hard-coded into our very souls for us to be better than the next person. And it's difficult to change your views on something when you've grown up living it. But let's look at it this way. Even though you think you own stuff, what you own just ends up owning you. In the long run, everything that you've bought just keeps you chained to their world, the world that they've created. And if you think about it, everything that you go through every day, everything that you go through and forced to put up with, all the torture that's in your life, it's all created around that premise. And if we look at it, if we really look at it, none of it actually means anything. None of it means anything. I mean, having money doesn't mean anything. It's man-made. It's a figment of man's imagination. The whole thing is a figment of man's imagination. Oh yeah, I'm not saying it doesn't actually really exist, okay? I'm not going as far as that. I'm just saying that all the laws and all the rules that we've been forced to live by and be governed by is all made up by us. We create our own jail. We create our own doors, our own borders. None of it exists. None of it. The only real thing is you. and the ground you stand on and the air you breathe. That's it. And you look at animals, you think they're inferior because they don't live like us. You think animals don't have emotions because how could they possibly be able to live the way they are? I'll tell you why they can live the way they are. It's because there's nothing better than what they are. We think we're better than them, but we're not really. We really aren't. And now some tips on how you can see the miracle of life. Now, before I give you the tips, actually, there's something else I want to say, and that is that it is true that because this, man-made fantasy, is like I like to call it, is so embedded in our world that it is almost impossible for us to break away from it. In fact, the only way that you could possibly break away from it, and some people have done this, is to just get away from humanity completely and live on the land and build your house on land that's not owned and live your life. And that's not gypsies. I'm not on about gypsies who get travelers they call themselves. They're not really free. They just think they are, but they're not, because they're still living within the society that is surrounding them. The only way is to get rid of just your ties with everything. Just get out of the system. And some people don't want to do that. Like me. I don't want to do that. I like my technology. I enjoy it. And I'm not ready to get rid of it. I'm sure you're not either. Strange, in my walk, I found myself in a cemetery. And what a better place to end what I'm saying, is that if you don't stop and look at your life, and enjoy your life for what it really is, while you have it, then this is the last place you're going to be. This is the final place. This is the, to joke, the dead centre of Barry, where just, this is where I'm going to end up. And if I don't live my life like I want to, and enjoy every second of it, then wouldn't my life be just meaningless? And that's where we come with my tip. It is the only tip I have, and the only one that you should live by. And that is that it doesn't matter. Nothing that you do matters unless it matters to you. If it matters to somebody else, then it was never worth it in the first place. Everything that you do has to matter to you. Every person that you touch, every person you help, if it makes you feel better about yourself, if it makes your world feel better, then it was worth it. And what I say now is just get rid of all your greed. Get rid of your greed and your anger and your anxieties and your worries. Get rid of them, because they're not worth it. And most of the time, worries are like 90% just fabrications of our own mind. So that's what I say to you. I say, get rid of your greed. Live your life like you want to. And don't let anybody take away what you've got. And that tree looks like it's going to fall down. Okay, so I've been really, really serious in this talk, and sorry, I'm covering up the camera again. I've been really serious in this talk today, and I'm sorry, but I needed, I don't know, I just needed to ramble. I needed to rant, I needed to make myself feel better, and it has. And if watching this video makes you feel better, then I'm happy. So, thanks for watching. Give me some thumbs up, love. Share with your friends, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys next time.